Welcome back to the Eddie Express DFS podcast presented to you by Draft Dashboard. Remember, you can try out all the tools used in this video 30 days for $1 by clicking my link in the description below. Here's access to the cheat sheet. Gives you top pitchers in good spots. It gives you mid-range plays. It gives you home run hitters in good spots. It's not completely updated for the day today, but it's kind of trickling in as we speak. Just want to take a little quick look at the NFL. It's kind of in the finalization process. They just have to update a few things for the preseason this week. I looked at it earlier and they had some of the names that were correct, so they're just correcting some of the names. There was some kind of issue with that. Let's get back into the MLB side of things, though. We'll get into my Watch Players tab. We'll make it nice, quick, and easy for you guys. We'll start out with our pitchers today. Pitcher number 1 is Zach Wheeler. He's going to be very chalky. As you can see, 36% projected ownership. He just makes too much sense. He's cheaper than Kershaw. He's 10-6 in a good spot against Miami. He's crushed Miami in his career. He's been really good as of late too, ever since not being traded. He was one of the people to be rumored to be traded, and the Mets are on fire too, so they're not going to go out there and lose this game. I think we see a good game from Wheeler. Last time out, he had 11 Ks against the Marlins. So, next pitcher I went with is Chase Anderson. 7% projected ownership. Not the greatest strikeout matchup against Pittsburgh. Not an exciting guy to roster. But for 6K, he really only need like 15 points. And look at his game log. 15, 20, 15, 11, 7. Like, he's consistently in there. He doesn't have a ton of upside, but I think if he can get you 15 points, that's plenty fine. If he gets you 20, you're in a great spot. And because Cashner, I think, will get more ownership because he's playing against the Royals. For a similar price tag, I think it makes for a good ownership pivot, and I just trust Anderson more than I trust Cashner. Cashner just scares me every time I see him. Second base today, I went with Cesar Hernandez. 3% projected ownership against Mike Leake. I'm really hoping he hits leadoff again. If he hits in the 6th hole, I might go elsewhere. That's where Draft Dashboard has him projected to hit, but he's been hitting leadoff lately. And if he hits leadoff, I think that he makes for perfect sense. Kind of wait and see on him. The other second baseman that I wanted to look at was maybe Luis Arias from the Minnesota Twins, just to kind of keep that information in there for you if something doesn't work out. Third base today, I went with Manny Machado. He's 2 for 10 against Wade LeBlanc with a home run, and Machado's just got power. LeBlanc, he's been okay this year, but I think he's going to run into trouble here with a power-heavy Padres lineup, and then Machado always just destroys left-handed pitching, as you can see with a 1.071 OPS against lefties. Next guy I went with is John Hicks. This is another wait-and-see play. I'm going to be punting catcher today. These guys are playing a doubleheader today, so he's playing in the first game. I don't think he'll play both games, but I'm looking to punt catcher, so I'll be taking the catcher that is playing and is under 2,800. So that's who my catcher play will be. It just happened to be John Hicks right now. Next guy I went with is Aristides Aquino. We just talked about him yesterday. Again, he hits left-handers really well. The starting pitcher for the opposing team really struggles against righties. He got a hit yesterday. I think he was 1 for 3, scored a run. I think he had an RBI too. Then he got pulled for a defensive switch because it got kind of ugly, and so they took him out of there. But anyways, he has just came up into the MLB. He's been hitting well, and I think he's a guy that we can lean on for cheap value plays. 3,700. And as you can see, he's got the king crown, so the creator of this page likes him today. It was one of his picks. Next guy I went with is Javi Baez. Javi Baez, again, another guy that destroys left-handed pitching. Not only does he destroy left-handed pitching, but once this guy gets hot, he gets hot. And look at this game log, 35, 15, 5, 32. He's on one of those stretches. I think you want to get him while you can. It's a great pivot from Francisco Lindor, who is going to probably draw most of the expensive ownership at shortstop. So I just went and grabbed Baez. I'm going to ride him out while he's on this hot streak. First base today, I went with Rhys Hoskins, 10% projected ownership. No at-bats against Mike Leake. Mike Leake, decent pitcher. Rhys Hoskins actually hits righties better than he does lefties in terms of OPS. So I think that we can get out there and maybe see a Rhys Hoskins home run today. Next guy is Nick Castellanos, going against Brett Anderson. Castellanos, another guy that destroys left-handed pitching, almost 1,000 OPS again. And Anderson throws a little bit worse to lefty than he does righty, but I mean, all around, it's not good. Almost 800 OPS to both sides of the plate. He's 2 for 6, 2 singles, 333 average against him. Castellanos, as you can see in his game log since joining the Cubs, I think he joined here at, I don't know if he's been with them for 5 games or not, but 5, 7, 10, 5, 26, pretty consistent stuff. And the last guy I went with was Ryan Braun. He's only 2 for 9 against Steven Brault. But here's another guy that destroys left-handed pitching in his career. 838 OPS. Brault obviously struggles with the right-handed side of the plate. And he's only going to be projected to get 1% ownership. So I think that makes for an interesting lineup. This is more of a cash build, not as much as a tournament, obviously, as we're not stacking anybody. We're just playing people that are in good positions. So this is a cash lineup today. If you want to talk about stacks, I guess my favorite stacks would be probably the Indians 1, the Cubs 2. I still like the Brewers against the lefty. And then, I mean, I guess Boston would make sense against Junis, but so here we go. This is our lineup as of right now. We're going to make a few changes to it. The 2 positions I'm looking at are catcher and second base, depending on if Cesar Hernandez leads off. If he doesn't lead off, I don't like him as much. I want him to have 5 at-bats. So that's something that I'm looking out for. And then John Hicks is a doubleheader game today, so he's playing the first game. We'll wait and see on the second game, but I doubt that he'll play both games unless he DHs in one of them. But we have Zach Wheeler, Chase Anderson, John Hicks, Rhys Hoskins, Cesar Hernandez, Manny Machado, Javi Baez, Nick Castellanos, Arcides Aquino, and Ryan Braun. Alrighty, guys. Well, if you enjoyed the video, hit the thumbs up button. Always helps me out. And we have 800 to play with here, so we could get a guy like Brian McCann if we wanted to, but we're just kind of leaving it open right now. We'll make our decisions later. Alrighty, guys. Well, thanks for stopping by. Remember, you can try out all the tools that I just used in this video, 30 days for $1, by clicking my link in the description below. You'll get access to my Watch Players tab, so I will update this once I figure out my finalized lineup. You'll get to see that every time I update it with a timestamp. Whether I make a video or not, you'll get to see that. And then we have the NFL coming up. We have NFL preseason. It's just kind of getting into... they're loading players in for this. They had something up earlier, but they had to remove it because they had a lot of the same names. I think there was something wrong with the process. You can get WNBA too. You get cheat sheets like this with ownership. If you play the WNBA, I've had pretty good success in the WNBA. Haven't made any videos for it, but I have had good success using these tools. NHL when it's around, and then obviously MLB, get cheat sheets. And as you can see, they added Chase Anderson as a top pitcher spot. good play by them. Anyways, thanks for stopping by, guys. Hit the thumbs up button if you enjoyed it. If you're new to the channel, please subscribe. I always love having new users be a part of my content. And anyways, good luck today, and happy, what are we at, Tuesday today.